Hey guys, Brower here. Will Brower, Zaandarbrow.
Everyone, I'm Marius.
Hiya.
I'm Michael Lawton.
Hi, my name is Christina.
My name is Nico Perez. I play Ganondorf and I'm playing with a sword. What's up?
Sorry, it's just how I talk when I have the wig on. Hi, my name is Timothy Andrew Fromer II, otherwise known as Shady O'Malley, and I play Link in The Legend of Zelda, A Breath of the Wild.
I play the darkest creature to ever walk the earth, also known as Dark Link.
And I play Zelda.
I play Beetle.
Have you played any of the Zelda games before shooting this film?
I guess a more accurate question would be what Zelda games I haven't played before shooting this show. But yes, I have played everything except for where it goes up into the clouds.
Edward Sword?
Yes!
No. I've never played this game. I've only watched my husband, Michael, who plays Dark Link in this show, played the Breath of Wild for a while. But he doesn't follow the storyline. He's the type of person who go around and try to kill as many monsters as possible before he moves on. So I never really got to see the storyline.
Ironically enough, I made a Zelda show when I was a kid, but that was just because my friends really wanted to do it. I never, to this day, have played Zelda. I still don't really know much about it. But after everything that I've been through, after the music, after especially the show, it's just one giant fairy tale, and I love it. And I would really like to, one of these days, whenever I get time, actually get to explore what this universe has to offer.
The main reason why I wanted to play Aghanim was because, one, I played him in my high school videos, and it was terrible, so I wanted to, have a redemption arc for that character. And two, I didn't want to be like a main character, and wizards are awesome, so the fact that I'm a wizard and I'm not a main character, just pop in from time to time. I love doing that stuff because the special effects were amazing. Shout out to David.
One of my roommates may have shown me like a little snippet of one of the Zelda games before. Zelda is one of the few games I've never really played.
Have I played any Zelda games before doing this project? Yes. Next question.
I like to play dark characters. It's really fun because I normally do comedy, if you couldn't guess by my interview. I like the dark characters. Being a villain and just being brutal is so much fun.
So my favorite thing about acting in general is I get to be in different characters and living in different worlds. Like for example, for this one, I get to be Zelda even though I'm Asian and don't have blonde hair. And I didn't wear a wig at all. I just used my natural black hair and played Zelda, be in this adventure with Link, so it was pretty fun.
What is my favorite part about acting? I'd say like the dimensions, I guess, because typically it's just like one giant game of pretend. I have been acting myself for about a decade at this point, and I have played multiple different characters, but there's something fun about being someone you're not for a certain amount of time. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes, whether that's a murderer, whether that's an adventurer, whether that's a detective, you're just playing fantasy. It's the exact equivalent of you playing pretend with your backyard friends, and I'd say that's just something to admire.
Honestly, I think the messing up is honestly my favorite part because, you just get to see, all of the different mistakes that you made and, just trying to improve.
Just because Link can reincarnate doesn't make him the hero.
Hi! Fuck me, I was supposed to grab that.
Off of that and, just compiling the bloopers together is also always fun to see.
Oh yeah, choreographing with Michael is pretty fucking cool. He's actually a really cool guy. But I'm gonna be honest, anytime that it was just me against Link, we just kind of just winged it, and it became a real fucking fight. So everything you see with me versus Link is pretty much real. Link got hurt a lot. Get your fucking long ass sword out of here. You keep on going to me, into me.
Why did I go in the order that I did with the films? Snake, Waluigi, Zelda, Quarantine, I guess, is in there, and Smash. Well, because I was following Marvel's plotline, just changing the characters with Nintendo characters, see what we can do with it. Snake, I guess, was our Iron Man. Waluigi, I guess, was our Thor, depending on the weapon he uses. Superstar, One-Up Mushroom. Link was our Captain America, because of how it ends, waking up in the future. And because Zelda is such like a mainstream character, I thought it would be nice of a change of tone going from Waluigi Quarantine Mario Bros. To like a serious tone before we hit off the Smash Avengers.
It was fun. I wanted to make it brutal. I wanted to make him an intimidating force. So basically, my character was the big character before the final boss fight. So it was to kind of establish power levels in the series and give Link and his friend Beetle something to overcome. They needed a hurdle to make them stronger, and that's what my character's purpose was, essentially. It's actually a lot easier for me choreographing something that I'm actually in, because normally when I come up with choreography, I have to either have basic training for the actors if they've never thrown a punch in their life, or if I normally would see their skill sets. I would ask, what have you done? Have you danced? Yes, dancing does help with choreography. Have you done martial arts in the past? I need to know their basic abilities, because I can't come up with choreography like with somebody doing a backflip if the character can't do a backflip. If a character's not good at punching, then I wouldn't have them do punching. But for myself, I know all my capabilities and I know what I can do, and I've known all of these guys for long enough to come up with choreography that I would feel comfortable with.
My husband, who did most of the fight choreography for the show, designed the fight choreography for the 2 parts I did, and it was pretty easy, and I think it turned out pretty good. Even though we didn't really have much time to practice, we literally had it designed on the fly, practiced for like twice, and then did it, and I think it turned out pretty good. And me and Brower, we both have been practicing stuff for a while, so we have good chemistry.
Don't mess with us. What would you say is the most difficult part about filming this production? Going to location, memorizing lines, any of that.
Can I be honest?
Sure.
Just being there. No, just being there.
Oh. Alright, you know what?
I was pulled in this show last minute. Like literally the day before they were filming it, Brower messaged me, hey, our Zelda can't make it. Can you come out to be the Zelda? I was like, I don't even know what's going on in this whole story, but fine, I guess. And then that's when I met the Link, Shady.
Yep.
I've never worked with him before, but I have to immediately have him become the love of my life.
As most things would happen, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to pretend I like him very much on the fly.
What's the most challenging part about filming? Getting everyone together, like getting all their schedules together. Because I hate spamming chats. I really do. But if one person's not free, I have to reschedule the scene. Like if we're planning something for the whole week and something comes up, I have to literally ask them again, and then they ask me again, and they're like, hey, are we still shooting this scene? No, we had to reschedule. Alright, what other scenes can we do? Look through the scripts, reschedule for that day of shooting, and then they're not free that day, and then it rains, and scheduling, getting people together, that's my hardest job ever.
Getting myself to want to go out and film. Not that I don't want to film, it's just, have the desire to go out at that time. But, I do enjoy filming and stuff like that. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes, but I do enjoy filming. It's, it's the going out there part, but once I'm actually there and I start working and acting or doing whatever I'm doing that day, then it gets easier. It's just the initial, working myself to go out and do it.
What was the most difficult part about filming? COVID. 100%. Like, it literally stopped the whole world and we weren't able to film at all. That was the hardest part. But if you're talking about like if in a magical world where COVID didn't exist, we're just talking about the production itself, I would say the hardest thing is commitment. That was definitely the biggest hurdle between a lot of things, and for the most part it wasn't a lot of people's fault, but there were some people that were just not able to continue their roles. There were people that we had to let go. There were people that we had to recast and whatnot, and it's all one big hurdle. We always had to like just always come, specifically with the role of Zelda. I won't say anyone specifically, but it's so hard to lock down a Zelda. And right now, at this moment in time, Christina is currently playing Zelda, and with one day of filming with her, she's an amazing talent. So maybe it's fate. No, actually, no. I would just say it's just commitment. Like people wanting to film, people not scheduling correctly, whatever. Everything can go wrong the day a film happens, so we just have to hope for the best. And I think for the most part, we were doing a good job at that at this point.
I'm not very good at getting to places on time. My grasp of reality and the time that flows within is not exactly amiable.
At first, it was just kind of like we were winging it. It kind of reminded me of how I used to film back when I was a kid, but then eventually we got the wonderful talent of Michael, and his genius is on another level.
It's a magical pull!
And on top of with the way I can like shoot my shots, it's just the fight scene between imaginary Dark Link and Link is probably one of my favorite scenes that we filmed up until this point. But it is such a cathartic kind of fight because you see Link just struggling so much mentally. There's just so much going on in his character and the environment around him.
Now that we actually have a working boom, how is it being boom operator on set?
I really enjoy it because that's my favorite part of filming is, you know, the audio aspect, whether it's, you know, editing the audio, being the boom operator, you know, capturing the audio. That's, you know, that's what I went to Full Sail for, is recording arts and all that fun stuff. So,
Would you say that you like working more behind the camera or in front of the camera?
I don't like one over the other. I don't know. I both. Well, do I like prefer working behind the camera or in front? I don't really prefer one over the other. You know, I kind of enjoyed both. You know, working with other actors is fun because you get to play off one another and, you know, being someone else for a little while, but, you know, also doing the behind the scenes stuff.
What did you like most about Beetle?
I feel like I was myself for the most part, you know, like I did try to, you know, there are things, you know, I tried to like emphasize in the scene if I was trying to, you know, portray a particular emotion, whether, you know, I was scared, angry, comforting Link, you know, when, you know, he was doubting himself.
What do I think that I've added to the project? I think choreography. Will and Shady, they're very talented people. They've been doing filming for a while. I can definitely tell I've been with a lot of first-time filmmakers compared to others. They at least know their shit. They know what they're doing. So basically, I think the only thing that I really add to the production would probably be some fight choreography tips because I not only act outside of this, but I also do fight choreography.
Why did I choose to become Ganondorf? Because I always wanted to play the bad guy. What did I do to make it my own? I yelled a lot. That's basically me.
I am such a control freak from at my core. I have to get everything done. I have to, if I start something, I will see it out to the end. That's just who I am as a person. But my favorite part is honestly when I don't have to worry about stuff like that, when I could just be in front of the camera and just performing with friends and whatnot. That's what I like to do. That's where I'm like my most comfortable, most relaxed, whatnot. And I love acting so much, but I also love shooting. I love coming up with shots. I love managing things.
What I learned from my past productions to now, well, I learned that if we're doing something as mainstream as Zelda, have 2 writers and 2 directors. That helped a lot with Shady and Kayvon helping with the lore because he's a Zelda fanatic. I played the games, but I didn't finish most of them. So, lore, directing, Shady is a great director. So on the final day of Darkling, we got a battle scar. Was it worth it?
He beat the crap out of me, Jesus.
Sorry, I had to beat the villain.
Got a red mark on my belly too. He kept it over and over again.
Just go ahead and grab it.
Well,
Hey,
there's Zelda.
Oh yeah, where am I going?
I'm just stopping by to say hi. Just showing off my makeup.
It is lovely. It's a better makeup job than what I did, but we've upgraded from 1 camera to to 2 cameras.
Actually, today we have 3 available. So,
Ah, yes, the drone.
yeah.
So, we literally, on the fly, had to make different choices, and Cheney's really great at picking which spots to film, where the camera angle should go. I'm always like a little slow, like, maybe we should do that, what do you think? He's like, he doesn't ask, he tells you to do something. I always have the fear of like asking someone, like, is this shot okay with you? But I'm a director, so I have to learn how to go through that. But more directors, more writers, more choreographers, it helps a lot than just me doing everything.
That's right. How did I meet Zaandarbrow? That's a good question.
Actually, here's a better question. Did your husband meet Brower first,
Yeah,
or was
I
it
think
you?
yeah, definitely. I think my husband met Zaandarbrow on the set for Full Sail student production, and they quickly became good friends. And for a while, I hated Zaandarbrow because he stole my husband from me. Like literally, I had my husband not coming home until the middle of the night, and I would be calling him all the time, like, "Hey, where are you at?" And then if his phone dies, then I have no idea where he is.
I mean, like, look at that dichotomy. First of all, you stole her man. Now, I'm stealing her away from her husband.
Yeah.
So look at this. We're just housebreakers in this production company.
Yeah, and then eventually, when I actually met Zaandarbrow and the whole group of boys, we just call them the boys. When I finally met the boys, I found out they're actually really lovely people. So I loved hanging out with them ever since. And I don't hate Zaandarbrow for stealing my husband anymore.
No,
We can share. Yeah,
So
that's
who's-
right. My husband actually teaches Zaandarbrow martial arts and fight choreography, stunt stuff.
So who's the husband in that relationship?
Aries.
I'm the alpha of everything.
I can see that.
I'm the alpha above all the boys. And my favorite part of filming this project is really just hanging out with the boys. I really love working on projects with my husband together, and it's 10 times more fun when we're working together with the boys. It's no drama, no pressure. We're just doing what we love, what we're passionate about.
When you actually have someone who can send you an edit like a week later.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can actually get footage. Wow. That's
like
rare for independent films. But I came out and spent like almost a full day with the boys just because I love them that much.
Oh. Now that's something you gotta put. That plug. That's adorable. Okay.
I hug him more willingly than hugging you.
Oh,
Just
okay.
saying.
Was my history with Nintendo and Brower mixed together. We used to watch this series called Super Mario Brothers, and we basically fucking clap. And basically we just became friends out of that. We made our own Mario series, and then we stopped. Brower kept on going, I didn't. And then I came to Orlando, we met, and then now we're friends, and now he does like Zelda stuff.
How did I meet Zaandarbrow? I met him actually at the Full Sail Library one day. I saw him, and immediately the first thing I said to him was, "You look exactly like Max Mofo, like the Filthy Frank, iDubbbz videos." And I said to him, like, "Do you do YouTube?" Because he was also wearing a YouTube shirt. And he showed me like some stuff that he was working on. I think he was working on Metal Gear Solid at the time, as a matter of fact. And I wanted to be a part of that. Then he asked me to come along for SaberCon out of nowhere, and I said, absolutely, why not? And I filmed SaberCon 2019. And then he asked me to come along as Link. And I've been here working on the exact same show for 2 years.
Oh yes, I remember it like it was yesterday. I would walk onto the set, and there, just a single ray of sunshine struck these beautiful people.
I feel like I've, seen an improvement in my acting. I try to keep, working and building on, what I can do. Because, if you just stay where you're at, you're gonna get stagnant and, not get anywhere. But even as a, production crew, all work well together. Whatever the other asks of us, like, if we need to, switch the camera out between people because, someone's in the scene and, the other's not, so he takes the camera, like, we all, work as a team pretty well, and, that's when, that happens, that makes for a pretty easy day.
Would I ever be interested in working behind the camera than in front of it? Yeah. I like cinematography. Honestly, I wish I would have probably went to Full Sail than my current major, but that's what I'm doing actually right now. I have my own camera. I have a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K Pro. I'm teaching myself editing. I go to YouTube. Whenever I learn something new, I learn as much as I possibly can about it, like shutter speed, shutter angle, aperture, exposure, blah, blah, blah. Everything that a scene goes down, I learn about it. And when I'm watching a movie the next time, I look at the different shots that they do, and I try to absorb that information and add to it. So, a long question to answer yet again, but yes.
I really love working on projects with my husband together, and it's 10 times more fun when we're working together with the boys.
Any fond memories that I will remember going forward? The Master Sword breaking 3 times, me having to reorder the same Master Sword and it breaking every time on set.
Oh, now we really have symbolism. Actually, that's a photo right there, actually. Here, let me see the shot.
Matching.
Brown and Shady are cool. They let me kind of throw some ideas here and there, and then they'll normally make it into the final shot.
Would you ever return to the Smash Bros. Universe?
No,
Why?
because I don't like LARPing.
Oh.
I just hope I'm still acting, honestly. It's pretty difficult to get cast in things, and I am very thankful to have this group of friends that give me opportunities. This is really difficult for, especially during COVID, to get any roles these days. And me as an Asian, like, very rare the roles ever written for Asians.
So you did an amazing job. I mean, it almost felt like you liked me.
I know, right?
Right, wow.
Alright, so me on Instagram is YLIU99, and I know it's a weird name. I just came
I'll
up
screenshot
with
it.
Yeah, just put it put it here because I wasn't planning to do acting or modeling when I came up with the Instagram name. I literally was originally using my Instagram to stalk all the celebrities I like.
I have a YouTube channel. Follow me if you want some craziness and utter despair. I do Let's Plays, I do short films, I do skits. I do a lot of things.
I don't have my own YouTube channel, so go to Zaandarbrow and, see you guys and smash this Toadsworth.
You can follow me here on Instagram at Shady O'Miley. You can also follow both my YouTube channels. My main production one is Ultra Swag Time, and my second account is, of course, Shady O'Miley.
Watch Out Has Visions. That's OUTCASTSVISIONS. On YouTube, watch this thing called Living Accordingly. It's fucking fun as fuck. You'll like it. That's it. I'm gonna just shoot this BB gun at Kayvon or Chris or anybody. Like, okay, I'll see you.
Go to our Zaandarbrow.com website and get some more merch. And stay tuned for Smash Bros. And our medieval series and some Saber Comp coming up later this year. And some special skits we've been filming on the fly. Support our cast. I wasn't able to get Marianne for this interview. She moved away. But here's her Instagram as well.